Hello and welcome to Johan's RC Garage. Just want to give you guys a look at my TRX4 Bronco. I've done a couple of weird things to it, so let's check it out. Okay, so did a couple of little things here. I put a few little stickers on it: VG Racing, MIP, Castle. It's got a nice little tire back here. A little Traxxas sticker. People are gonna love this one. The Heartbeat of America on a Ford. I just had to. Okay, so look at this. These are trenchers. They're what are they? 2.8 by 4.87. So they're roughly about the same. Oh, you don't want to see that yet. But they're really wide. They work with the suspension jacked all the way up. It does rub a little bit. I just put this together to see, kind of like a proof of concept, see if it would work. It would work. Of course, I don't know how your stock brushed system would work on it, but yeah. So this is the I'm a really cool guy look. I go to the mall and jump out of my lifted Jeep Bronco rig. Anyways, now here's the I'm the gangster look. This is the lowrider look. How was I able to do that, you ask? Right here. These are the hubs off of a brushless Revo. So they do work. So like the STRC ones for a slash don't work because these ones go on that drive pin. They don't. They're not like the TRX4 where, also 6mm inside this hole here, and they depend on the pin screwing through the adapter. The hub adapter is 12mm. Okay, so I noticed that at the Revo it has 6mm drive shafts, and it uses that pin style, and just him and hawing about it. Lo and behold, it works. It actually works. So there are other possibilities for tires and wheels. You can do crazy other weird things. You don't have to stay within the status quo and do just beadlock crawler tires and Vanquish and all that other stuff. So that's just something to think about. I did litter it up with some stickers. I got my winch installed. Yes, I pulled it out and held it up and winched it, and it did lift itself up. About 2 feet, it winched itself up, and then when it got up about a foot, it started doing like it was protecting itself. Cool little thing I did, because I didn't want to put this on like a keychain or something and lose it. I just double sticky taped it on here. This is a steering wheel off of an old school TQ remote for the Revo, and then somebody might notice that. That's just the center cap for the steering wheel on an old Futaba that I had laying around, or that I killed and gutted and thought that was cool, so I kept that. Anyhow, I marked this for myself just because I'm old and I forget, but I'll remember now. But, unlocked front and rear. So unlocked, front locked, front and rear locked. The remote's working okay so far. I do prefer my DX5C, but that's just because that's what I'm used to. But I don't want to mess with buying another receiver for it and going all that route. Anyhow, let's take a look on the inside of the truck, see what I've done there. Oh, also, I'm kind of forbidden from spending any more money since I did all this. So I'm not going to buy the phone holder yet for this. I think I'm going to use the idea that I saw Rich do, RC Driver. He screwed on like a piece of a ruler or something, or I was thinking I'm just going to do it with a piece of 1.25" by 1/8" aluminum, have it extend out, and then have the 1/4" drive screw, so I can just put my phone on there, and then I could do some action shots or whatever with it. Anyhow, so let's see if I can get this off of here with my one hand. show you what I've done underneath the body here. I think this looks hideous, by the way. Just letting you know, that looks hideous. GRPs do not belong on a crawler. I know. Okay, so let's look at this side, because that's cooler. It's all lifted and badass, right? Big old redneck truck. Okay, so we got our winch, like I mentioned. I played around with taking the skid plate off. I ended up putting it back on. But this bumper mount does flip upside down, and it puts these screw holes. It just flips them up and puts them right in front of this perfectly. So you could almost like build a plate to screw into these holes if you were to flip this and, you know, eliminate the skid plate. I'm just thinking out loud, but you could flip this and then I keep zooming in on myself. You know what? It's probably my watch. That's probably what it is. Okay. So yeah, so you could just build a plate and like mount a servo here for a servo winch if you wanted, I imagine. Right now I have the sound system screwed down to the that battery holder plate. I just temporarily kind of did it with 2 screws there. And you see the 2 stainless screws there. It's working, works great. You see the rock lights, those are working. Oh, what's that? This is our 3800 kV Castle slate motor, 1406. Still running the regular servos. I mean, I just got it, so they're still working. They haven't died yet. Watch Exo Cage, and he'll tell you how not to burn these out and how to be nice on your servos. I did change out the servo for this cheap 30 kg that I got on Amazon, like on a warehouse deal. I got it for like 15 bucks or something. Super loud, super slow, also super strong, very strong, way stronger than the 2075 metal that came with it. Okay, so yeah, I said rock lights are installed. I am using this battery tray for the moment. That's just a 2S. Normally I run it on 3S. I got a little battery pack I can put in here too. I really want to use the battery up here, and then I'm going to take this. I want to take this out. Since I'm not allowed to spend money right now, I can't just go and buy the Bauhaus RC low center of gravity battery mount, which is what I'd like to do. But I'm thinking I will build a plate, or maybe I'll just use this. I don't know. I'm going to put this back here somewhere because it's not very heavy, and I want to keep running my batteries up here. I'm going to get more of the little batteries. I got a little 1400 3S. I got another a 1550 coming 4S. I'm going to try that. This thing is insane on 3S. Oh my god, insane. You know, it'll crawl and do all the crazy slow stuff, and then when I hit the gas, it just wants to go crazy, right? Okay, so running the power, I gave myself a JST connector coming off of my XT90 here to the Castle Mamba X, which is way too much for this. Way too much. But the hobby shop, when I bought this, did not have what I wanted, which was the new copperhead, but whatever. So I'm running it censored, of course, and so I soldered a JST in here. Ugly zip tie. Ugly zip tie. What's this? This is a kick down, a buck, a voltage buck, right? There's a booster and a bucker, something like that. Anyways, so I have this set to always put out fully charged 2S power, so 8.4 volts. So I'm not going to overpower my light system. I'm not going to overpower my winch or my sound, even though this will handle 6S. I'm not going to overpower this, which should only be ran on 3S or lower. So I can also, there's a screw. If I cut that shrink wrap off, I can screw that and turn it up so I can get 3S power out of it, which is probably what I'll end up doing, maybe, if I need to. But so far, lights are way bright enough. I did get also ordered the link, which is super cool. I was able to set endpoints on the radio, which is very nice. I love the ability to set the endpoints so I don't burn up my servo. I did that before I changed the servo. There's nothing wrong with the servo that came with it. It's just slow and, well, faster than this, but it's weak. It's weak. You can tell. It'd be a fine servo for a replacement in one of the Slashes or the drag car, or hell, even the speed car. I don't care about turning on that. For some reason, I have a Savox in that. Savox are whiny ass servos. They like crying. Anyhow, so I tried to do kind of a clean job of my wiring here. The sound system here, I already had it wired up in my dragster before, so I had done this blue paracord wrap. So there's the, I'm not using the horn because I don't have that third channel for the horn to do my Dixie horn anymore. Sad, but so that's just kind of wrapped in there. But there's my, I can easily get to this to reprogram this to make it sound different. Running this is 7.4 volt BEC to this, really made this servo shine. That's where it really works well. Got the wiring all wrapped in there, and then there's an antenna that goes to this too, because it just, there's no channel for this to here. It runs off, this is the, it has its own ESC in here, so to speak. You know, it's got its motor, it's got its own power controller, motor controller here, with its own antenna that goes to here. So this is like a closed system. You just put power to this. You can plug it into any battery separate from your system, and you have your own winch channel. So there's no, essentially it's like adding a channel for this item. Anyways, I made myself a pigtail. Oh, it's not on here right now. So there's the pigtail that came with the winch. So there's two auxiliaries into one, which goes into this board. This board, one goes into the board, and then I have two coming out of the board. So one goes here to the light system, and then there's another one that comes out over this way, which then I have another splitter going off to these two accessories. Okay, so what I love about this light kit is that it does run the rock lights off of it. That's really cool. I have absolutely no experience with this prior, but it works really good. I think this is kind of neat. Whatever. I did try to post a video of me unboxing this thing and title it not another unboxing video, but something happened to the signal and it didn't download for some reason. But hopefully this video downloads. But yeah, so far I am loving this thing, dude. I'm a basher through and through. I love my Slashes. I love short course racing. I love everything RC, but I've never had a crawler or trail truck. I guess this would be called a trail truck. So very happy with it. I've yet to get my big butt out on the trails to go for a walk with the family with it, which is what I should be doing, which is kind of one of my excuses for getting this. I'm like, hey, it's a trail truck, so we could go pack up and walk that Stewart Park Trail again. It's just massive. Look at that. All jacked up, and I have it all slammed on the other side. But yeah, I'll get this buttoned up and maybe do a little bit of running with it and let you see what that looks like. I've been rambling for 13 minutes, 14 minutes so far, so I should be about done. If you listened, if you've been around this long, give me a like. Hit the like button, hit the dislike button, subscribe, hit the bell button. Hit that bell button for notifications, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. I love you. Almost as much as I love my Traxxas.